This is Chaplain Jeremy Salido, and I'm stationed at Naval Support Activity South Potomac. And this is Stepping Off the Brow, a show for sailors and military-connected civilians, where we look at life's issues on both sides of a ship's brow. You are stepping off the brow to come to work, stepping off the brow to come home, or you are waiting for someone to step off the brow to come home to you. This show is for you. More importantly, during this time of COVID-19 and all things Navy life, we want to introduce you to people and their stories that can give you strength for today and a bright hope for tomorrow. Today, we have with us Lieutenant Commander Josh and Annie Earls. Now, he is currently stationed at the Submarine Squadron 6, and he's the chaplain for them down there at Naval Station Norfolk. Josh and Annie have a story like so many other Navy families, as they are navigating Navy life with a special needs child. Now, you'll be encouraged by how they approach the tensions of being a family with an exceptional family member and also the demands of a meaningful Navy life. Enjoy today. Short segment that we always call Off the Cuff. All right, so Christina, what is Off the Cuff?
So Off the Cuff is Lieutenant Commander Jeremy Salido in his Infinite Doubt.
Oh my gosh.
He says a story that is doubt humor, and then I sort of react to it.
It's not that bad, is it?
He kisses his dog.
I'm not kissing any dog.
Hear me?
We were having a sidebar. He said it's not that bad. Okay, so our Off the Cuff today comes from Victoria, Australia. So last week, a few dozen cows escaped the pasture. And Christina, I thought you'd appreciate this, given your background, being raised on a farm. I can imagine you running around, diving after some pigs, maybe scooping up some sheep. Did you ever do like the mutton busting where you like held on to the back of the sheep and you like rode it like a little bucking bronco? Tell me you did. Of course you did. Well, anyway, so a few dozen cows escaped their pasture, and the farmers rounded up all of them except one. And I'm going to show a picture later on, but a neighbor found it trapped on her trampoline. The cow was fine. Just couldn't stand up, obviously, on the springy surface, couldn't kind of get down. I don't know how he got off, but they had to say what?
COVID-19 got you a little extra weight.
This is that COVID-19, COVID-20. So they got a crane, and I just was like, how does that make you feel, the idea that she's probably getting more rec time than any of us right now?
So actually, funny story that I did have to chase over lots of cows. I have been chased by cows and chased cows on 3 different continents, and that's a whole other story for a whole other time. But when I was growing up, we had a cow that fell in a creek bed, and we had to actually get the tractor out there and pull her out. So I feel that cow's pain.
That cow's pain. Yeah, I guess that's, well, I was hoping you might just call her Bouncing Bessie. That's just me. All right. So there's your dad humor for today.
And being able to do the things that you're used to. And we're all trying to cope with that in some very unique ways. But when the experience of things and the physical experience of things is the main way you derive comfort and meaning, and the repetition of those things, when those things are taken away, like going to school every day, it's not just, hey, this is hard. It's outright damage. Like it's very painful to watch. So, like for us here, that meant she was always on edge. That meant she was always kind of in a like tantrum state. And for her, that means self-abuse, kind of hitting herself. That means a lot of abuse of other things, like toys and stuff in the room. There's a lot of throwing, iPads breaking, that kind of stuff, and just general chaos a little bit.
But she is back in school now. Yeah. They, her level of special need, they sent back for the first students that were allowed to go back. She was in that group. and
Yeah.
she's doing very well now.
Yeah, and thank God down here in Virginia Beach, they kind of realized that, like, hey,
Yeah, it was
some
not
of the kids
working.
who need it the most, are those special needs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, at the beginning of COVID, there was the realization by a lot of folks that, oh man, now we're all hunkering and making this work. And then as May came around, one of the joys that people were saying was a side effect was, oh, well, I get time with the kids, time with family that I don't normally get to have. So could you point to something? Is there something that this has provided for y'all as a family, that like a joy or like a positive that you didn't have before COVID?
Yeah, I mean, I think it taught us to be so thankful for what we had, and also just that family time. Really, I mean, I know my youngest daughter got to know our neighbors, and we got to just spend more time as a family, which was hard because Bella was frustrated, but it was good in the sense of like, okay, we're going to go on walks, things like bike rides, walks. Things that we didn't a lot of times do as a family, we started doing more of because there just was nowhere to go. Really playing in our backyard a lot, playing with our kids, card games and stuff we just didn't really do before. We had to get inventive.
But I will say though, like, that wasn't too much of a change, and this is the more you kind of step into the world of disability, it's we're kind of imprisoned is too strong of a word, but you're kind of bound by your home anyway because of a lot of things. So for us, and everybody has a unique situation. For us, Bella's anxiety level is such that it's not, the open world is not readily as accessible as it is to other kids. Yeah. And then also to a little degree, and I'm not saying it's a huge thing, but there's also quite a bit of angst about taking her out a whole lot into kind of normal society because it is a little, she doesn't behave in normal ways and she doesn't act appropriately sometimes. And honestly, it's sometimes easier just to stay at home instead of dealing with kind of that social pressure of the awkwardness of our child.
But we do it.
Yeah, we try to push. And so, I mean, it's just, it's not like we're like, kind of that normal experience of being out with the kids. We don't do that a whole lot. We're kind of homebodies anyway. So this just intensified it.
Well, this one's a
I'm a
homebody.
homebody, yeah.
You know, and so if we could kind of add a layer to this, you know, there's being a special needs family, there's it's a family with someone on the spectrum that's on the kind of severe end, there's COVID-19. How about military? And either you could say military while COVID, while this, or you can maybe just take away COVID and just say, well, how about maybe pre-COVID and being a military family going through this?
Yeah, so the military stuff is tough because it's fracturing when it works the best. You know, you're in a location for maybe 1 tour, 2 tours at most, and then you're off to a different part of the country, maybe even the world. So even when everything's working perfectly, when your kids are well adjusted, family's well adjusted, it's still very, very tough for everybody. But when you add in something like a special need and someone who needs routine and someone who needs consistency, that part of it is very, very difficult because while the Navy allows certain benefits, so Bella's a Cat 5 EFM, you know, so they allow some benefits for that, which are very, very helpful, but you also have the careerism aspect, like you have to kind of go where you need to go and go where, you know, the Navy, and in my case, the Chaplain Corps tells you to go. And sometimes, while they try to be caring and concerning for that, it's kind of like maybe like fifth on the list of things sometimes. So that we try to be very cautious of moving and try to work it out. And that causes, I'll be honest, that causes me quite a bit of stress because I'm trying to figure it out. But Yeah.
But the medical, though,
Yeah,
if
sorry.
we're going to say the positives,
Yeah.
that would be the harder part, is just you're military and you do have to move, and kids with autism don't like change, so it's pretty much. But on the flip side, the medical benefits, it's insane. The medical benefits for special needs, she gets a therapy, or used to get a therapy, ABA, which is a behavioral therapy that costs anywhere upwards of $60,000 a year if we were to pay for it out of pocket.
Oh, wow.
And it's basically for free for us because we're military, and it's the proven behavioral therapy strategy, and so it's huge. And that's through the ECHO program. So if anybody has a child that is diagnosed DFMP, the ECHO program is often something, it's an additional thing that covers some of the other therapeutics.
Okay.
It's huge.
And that's ECHO as in ECHO? I'm sorry.
ECHO, ECHO.
Okay.
ECHO, yep. And then part of the ECHO, I believe part of ECHO is respite.
No.
It's not. So, okay, sorry, but yeah, ABA would be under ECHO, and then respite care, which military provides us a babysitter 40 hours a month.
Just to do, to be able to get out and do.
And that's
so,
for free.
We can't take blood to the grocery store or anything like that. So it's
40 hours per month. Wow.
Up to 40 hours a month. A month. Which is still really good, because
it's amazing.
Oh yeah, that's fabulous. I'm going to growing up. My brother was eligible for respite care, but it was 15 hours a month.
Yeah, sometimes states provide it and things like that, but
yeah, but it was very, very limited, and it was only on very limited availability.
Yeah.
So that's fabulous.
it's amazing. So, I mean, one of the huge things, the military was a huge draw to us because of all that medical. Hold on. Stop trying to grab the cat for you.
Oh, hi, Santa.
Hi.
Oh, what a gorgeous boy. Oh,
yeah.
He's big.
he's got to be 14, 15 pounds.
You can put in my mat. Okay.
Yeah.
Baby. He's a big man.
Oh, that's awesome. So, shifting gears, thank you for providing all that insight and everything else like that about, the joys and challenges of how do you guys stay centered within your marriage with, the dynamics of all of this, military, COVID, kids, adding all those layers to it. How do you guys stay grounded with your relationship with each other?
I mean, I think that's just communication. Lots of communication, lots of prayer. I think our faith is the number one thing that has to be the grounding, source of everything. And then from there, communicating with each other through COVID, I think.
Yeah, so I mean, one of the benefits of being married for 17 years in kind of healthy, constructive ways is you get to know your partner so well. So realizing that sometimes it's time away even from each other to do our own things for a little bit, and also realizing those times with what the other person needs, and making that a priority for yourself, and whether that's sitting on the couch watching some kind of show that Annie likes.
Reality.
Yeah. Or,
What reality show? What reality show?
Oh, which one do I not watch is the question. Basically, I literally, you name one, I'm probably watching it. So
It's terrible.
Josh, do
You
you want to watch?
No, I hate them all. A lot of friends and family and everything, it was like, hey, when things get back to normal, and it's like, it feels pretty normal. Like, I'm at work every day. So things weren't too disoriented, except for the home life of the family and everything in terms of Bella. So I think we've done a good job of not only communicating, but continuing to have those practices together that reinforce the care and support of one another.
Does that respite care give you a chance to go out as a couple and like do either date night or can I get that kind of time?
Yeah. Which is huge.
Which made it a little weird because it was like we still had our respite lady coming, but kind of
We couldn't go anywhere. We would sit in our car.
the fleet forces dictate, a little while ago. It was like, hey, you want to go to a drive-through and sit in the car? So it was a weird way to, but we did other things, like we would get out and just walk in certain places, or, there's some hiking trails around here, just do other things. I didn't. I tried to get her to go out to a golf range.
We did.
With me. So, other things to try it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, the respite thing allows us, now that things are opening up a bit more, it's a good time to just get away and a little bit and not talk about anything in particular, but just to care for one another in that way.
Yeah.
So one final question. So this is for the other partner. So I want you guys to answer for your partner.
Okay.
If your partner was an ice cream flavor, what ice cream flavor would they be and why?
I'm going to make you go first.
Well, goodness. He would be every flavor because he's lactose intolerant. And he still eats ice cream. And seriously, I literally, the other night, he said, pick me up some ice cream. I said, no. And he said, yeah. And I was like, I'm not going to pay for this all night in bed. I'm just saying, it's ice cream. And
I took lactate.
yeah, it didn't work. It's not work.
So
So,
communication right here. You guys are demonstrating communication.
so he still ate it though, and you know who got it for him? I did, because he really wanted it.
Mm.
The salty caramel.
Ben and Jerry's salted caramel core with graham cracker chunks. Oh
Yes.
my!
Yeah. So he would be literally any flavor because
Just
He'll
if anyone, listening to this, seeing this, like just go find it. It's amazing.
and don't get it stuck.
And that's awesome.
Fever would you?
Something fabulous.
But like unnecessarily like sparkly, like rainbow sugar.
Yes.
Like
I do love
like
rainbow
a
sugar.
little too much. Like you really
Just
really
pastels everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly. Do we need all of the flavors and the colors in? No.
I know.
It's jasmine.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree.
Grass hand.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, y'all. Well, that comes to the end of our time together. And I just want to say thanks so much for sharing your story and what it's like being a family with those uniquely difficult challenges with a special needs child. Your girls are so blessed to have y'all as their parents. And we just love y'all.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Hey, Oreo, Lieutenant Dan, what is your pet peeve right now? Oreo, you first. What's your pet peeve?
No pet peeves. I love everything.
There you have it.
Lieutenant Dan? No
A
comment.
big thanks to Josh and Annie Earls for contributing to the interview, and big thanks to Lieutenant Dan and Oreo for their thoughts on pet peeves. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next week. This is Stepping Off the Brow.
Our theme music is the song Josie O by James Stone. The sweet and sour segment music was Baby Owls Dancing by Evita Pezo. The views and opinions expressed are those of the hosts or guests and not the United States Navy. You can subscribe to Stepping Off the Brow wherever you find your favorite podcast. And of course, please feel free to share this with your shipmates, friends, or family. See you next week.